Do you know why Bill Gates is very successful? The internet has made it easier than ever to know just about anything you want. So, with all this content and information available, how did you know which ones to learn from and which ones actually work? Luckily for you, Fortune Fastlaner, for today's video, we will be talking about the story of Bill Gates that changed the world. Remember that while the first step is completing any of these amazing courses, the second and possibly more important step is taking action, even if it's imperfect action. This is part 2 of a 2-part series about the story about Bill Gates that changed the world. If you haven't watched the first part yet, there would be a link down below or would pop up on top. Since then, Microsoft has continued to expand. The list of hardware and software products has been growing, starting with Windows OS and continuing with Microsoft Office suites, Office 365, Xbox, Bing, and Hotmail. The initial concept served as the foundation, and from there, they built. The majority of businesses use Windows software, which Microsoft has dominated since 1975. They continue to be on top software company in the world because they have consistently kept up with the pace of change. Bill Gates is a voracious reader and has over 150 book recommendations on his personal blog, Gates Notes. He was an avid reader as a child, and success is often attributed to people who are self-educated. You can accomplish if he can. Gates did not develop the first operating system that IBM used. Rather, he purchased the licensing rights from SCP and then built upon them to found the business that is now known as Microsoft. If you don't have to make something from scratch, you can take an existing product and make it better. Consider pursuing a passion of yours. Bill Gates adores computers. So discover your passion and build a business around it. Having faith in oneself, assist others. In order to help people understand what it takes to succeed and become wealthy, we have scoured the internet and compiled a list of success advice from Bill Gates that he has given to various groups of people over the course of his lifetime. After all, he is the richest man in the world, so pay attention. Number 1. Get going as soon as you can. To start as soon as possible is the first of Bill Gates' success lessons. Bill Gates began working with computers when he was just 13 years old. Early in life, you begin something and it shapes you for the rest of your life. You'll not only have a better chance of succeeding than most people do, but you'll also be less likely to want to give up. You'll be more resistant to others telling you what you can or cannot do if you have a dream that you begin pursuing when you're young. When you're an adult and people begin to take notice of what you're working toward more seriously, you'll be obstinate enough to ignore them. Since you're most influenced by others when you're younger, anything you see on television or online about successful people will stick in your mind and remove any doubt you may have about your own abilities. Number 2. Form partnerships. Bill Gates loved to partner with powerful individuals who made him their sidekick, and he was particularly fond of doing this. He was pleased with this because it gave him access to new opportunities and the chance to pick the brains of other successful business people who might be able to impart some wisdom on him. Additionally, it meant that he established connections with individuals who would undoubtedly be able to support him in his future endeavors. Number 3. After high school, you will not make $60,000 a year. Let's face it, you won't start earning $60,000 a year right out of high school, so stop deluding yourself if you think you will. Regardless of your level of education, you still need to experience to rise to the top. Just because you have a degree in business management doesn't guarantee that you will be made CEO of a multinational corporation. You must earn that position either by starting your own business and striving to make it successful, or by climbing the corporate ladder and establishing your worth to others. Number 4. As soon as you can, become your own boss. Early on, Bill Gates rose to the position of authority. It put him in a great position with complete control over his success, which he deserved. Someone else will hire you to build their dream if you don't build your dream. Number 5. Learn from your mistakes instead of lamenting them. Why should you hold others accountable for your errors? Who are you trying to trick here? Stop blaming others in an effort to clear your conscience of guilt, because your mistakes are your responsibility alone, and no one else is to blame for them. We make mistakes so we can learn from them. When the same circumstance arises again, which it almost always will, you will now be aware of what to do and what not to do. If you make a mistake, it's not your parents' fault. Instead of complaining, learn from it. Bill Gates. Number 6. Show dedication and zeal. We believe that every entrepreneur should include this as good advice. You must be dedicated to your passions and be extremely passionate about what you do. Because they genuinely love what they do, successful people in this world make it seem so simple. If you're finding things too stressful and too hard, then I'm not sure you're working on the right thing. Number 7. Life is the best school, not university or college. Nothing you learn in college or university can truly prepare you for life in the real world, no matter how many books you read or exams you take. Real-world employment and employers involve more than just your studying and their instruction. It's real-life work that you need to be able to carry out, otherwise you will be fired. If you think your teacher is tough, wait until you get a boss. He doesn't have tenure. Number 8. Be nice to nerds. It's true, people who you'd probably class as nerds are actually the ones who will work the hardest, be the smartest, and be determined to succeed. If you're horrible to nerds, then you're basically taking your chances with faith, because you could easily end up working for one, or even apply for a position at a company that is run by someone you know and have been horrible to you in the past. Still, think you have a chance of getting the job? Be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Number 9. TV is not real life. You need to stop getting sucked into television and believing that what you're seeing in some cases may actually be what people do in real life. Real life is tough, and nobody who's anywhere near successful will not be sitting around in coffee shops all day talking to their friends. They will be out working the grind to pay their bills and improve their financial situation. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. Number 10. Life is not fair. Another of Bill Gates' success lessons is to learn that life is not fair. No matter how hard you work in life, there will always be times where things don't go your way, perhaps through no fault of your own. Things that you cannot control. You will get knocked down, but you need to be able to stand up. Life isn't fair. It's a test, a game, a risk. If you fall down and don't bother getting back up, you don't deserve to be successful. Winners know that life isn't fair, and they will keep getting back up until they've made it. Life is not fair. Get used to it. Number 11. Be ready to take risks. Starting a business is a little bit gambling. You're not always sure if you'll win or not. However, the only difference is that you can strategize and plan well enough to ensure the success of your business. This quote from Bill Gates is not only applicable to entrepreneurs. it can also apply in life as a whole. The world is full of uncertainties. Life has no rules, and you have to sacrifice certain things to get to your destination. People will step on and reject you, but at the end of the day, you are able to muster the courage to keep on going. Nothing will stand in your way. Business is a money game with few rules and a lot of risk. Number 12. Never fast forward your way to success. Nothing comes easy, and that includes being successful. Bill Gates and Paul Allen started Microsoft on a shaky foundation. But through patience and hard work, they were able to surpass the struggles they encountered. This just goes to show that there are no shortcuts to success, my friend. It takes time to build an empire and a lifetime of sacrifice to keep the consistency going. Patience is a key element of success. Number 13. Be proud of who you are. Many people get frustrated because they're not as smart, rich, or talented as the person they look up to. You may get frustrated because you're not as successful as Bill Gates, but you have to face the reality that we're all born differently. Each person has their own unique abilities, and you have to accept that to become successful, you have to start to appreciate yourself and what you can offer. You will be more confident to do things your own way. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. Number 14. Be humble at all times. It's great to dream of success and all that comes with it. However, if you let it get into your head and start to think that you're untouchable, that is not what you call success. Life is a wheel. It's unpredictable. You can be on top today, but at the bottom the next. It's best to stay humble at all times and never forget what got you there in the first place. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Number 15. Take things positively and love learning. Bill Gates also had his fair share of unsatisfied customers. But you know what? He never considered this as something negative. Instead, he took their insights by heart and used them to improve his work. When people hear criticisms and bad feedback, they are easily discouraged, and their drive to succeed goes downhill. But if you think about it, this negativity will help you more than you realize. If you look closely, learn from your mistakes and shortcomings, and use that as a catalyst to be the best in what you do. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Number 16. Accept failures and move on. Failures are more important than success, because by failing, you become successful. The greatest life lessons and the knowledge that changes everything are found when you fail. When you succeed, you can learn lessons, you're happy, people will praise you, and everyone is willing to help you. But when you fail, everything is dark, and you'll know how it is to suffer. You will see the real ones from the fake ones. More than the joy that success brings you, always place greater importance on the lessons you learned when you failed. Use that as a weapon as you go through life's journey. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Number 17. Share your success with others. The last of Bill Gates' success lessons is to share your success with others. You know the feeling of being an owner of a small startup. It's difficult, and you have probably experienced many struggles. A truly successful entrepreneur will support and share his or her knowledge to other aspiring entrepreneurs, giving them the encouragement and inspiration they need. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. We hope his story encourages you to aim high, because nothing is unsurmountable. Bill Gates is just a man who worked hard and smart to get where he is. Do not view him as some sort of superhuman. He serves as an illustration of what is possible when the proper mindset, team, resources, resourcefulness, vision, and entrepreneurial spirit are used. May you have the fortitude to set out on your journey and to keep going until you reach your destination. That's it for this video, Fortune Fastlaner. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates you and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon!